He needs to be put down like the wild fucking dog he is.
Yeah.
No, because I like to think of it like this. Even though, and this is where it's gonna get a bit unhinged. Even though people like to claim that they don't see color,
bullshit.
We literally see color every day, you know. And the people that claim that they don't are, in my opinion, the people that see it more so than the most dangerous ones. Exactly. Because like when you hear coming like, oh, I don't see color. That means you know, but you're blatantly ignoring what's like obvious, you know. Like, and I get it. It could sound racist when I say certain things, but I like to think of myself as I am a racist. You know, I'm a responsible racist. You know, I don't hold people's culture or color against them, but there are certain aspects to one's color or culture, if you can determine it, that kind of feed into who they are as a person. It's not. There are exceptions, but sometimes it just is. If you look at me, you see me as a black person, right? A black person. Then the racist thing, like, oh, I bet he can jump high. I bet he's good at basketball or whatever, right? Yeah. I'm not good at basketball. I'm actually mediocre at basketball, but I can jump pretty fucking high. All right, I am. Yeah, I can jump really high. I am pretty athletic, right? And it'd be racist to be like, oh, he's black. Of course he is. I mean, like, right? Another thing, if you look at someone who's Hispanic, like a Mexican person, you say some shit, oh, I bet you can make a good fucking tamale, right? Right? I bet they could make a good fucking tamale. And
so here's the thing: there's always truth.
There's truth to every race.
Yeah,
stereotypes.
I feel like I was digging myself in the hole.
I'm gonna bail you out. I'm gonna bail you out. It's like when they say all black people like black chicken or watermelon. Like,
I mean, you know,
black chicken. That's crazy, Jace.
I don't like watermelon.
Do you like watermelon?
I don't like watermelon. I love fried chicken, but I don't like watermelon.
I love watermelon.
It's because like watermelon.
Did you just really do that?
Yeah.
This guy, bro.
It's because watermelon, it's
watery.
You know, yeah. Contrary to popular belief, watermelon is too watery for me.
Let me tell you, a day at the beach with some watermelon. Oh.
I bet you would like that. You fucking.
What? I don't get it.
You darn racial slur.
So on that, so to go back to the whole thing, it's basically her name is Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. And the whole thing, which is crazy, like even Shaq basically came out, you know, Barstool. So he basically was talking you know, about
he was talking his shit.
He was talking his shit about, you know, Angel doing that shit. When Caitlyn did it, you were supporting it. When Angel do it, she's a thug, right?
So and Lauren here says, I'm sorry to cut you off. Lauren here says that they were up over like 20 points. And it was seen as unsportsmanlike. So I guess like the mercy, well, you know, like showing.
If you wanted to call that as a technical, I could see that because she followed her taunting. That's just and even in men's basketball, that's a technical. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But the drawback is you call her a thug.
Wait, so I'm gonna say this. You feel me? You have to be able to take what you dish out, and Shorty wasn't able to take what she dished out. That's it. Oh, my mic is acting up. All right.
So Shaq basically tweeted your mama. Like, I'm just like, yeah. But here's the benefit of it. It exposes the culture for women in basketball, and it's putting it in the limelight where it deserves.
Yeah.
Because it's interesting. It got everybody involved because it's like, okay, is it about race though? Yes. At the end of the day, because
people
what's the difference? A white girl did it, competitive. A black person did it, thug.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And like you can they can try again. I'm not keeping up with this. I'm just going off of what I'm hearing. But you can try and construe this any way you want. But you know, like literally based on what I'm hearing, it sounds racially motivated.
Why would you instinctually see this black player?
Because black people are thugs. They're criminals.
Oh my god!
All right, they're fried chicken, big lip, big old nose, breathing up the white man's air. Not paying child support, got 3 different baby mamas,
I think you should
Bro, you
stop.
chatting.
Hold on, I'm not done.
Is it okay?
13%. Look up that statistic. No, that's been debunked. No, okay, I'm messing on that one. That's been debunked.
I have a genuine question. Is it disrespectfully racist if a black person like Ben says it, but like in a satire way?
Well, here's the thing.
Mean,
this is where it comes down to content. This is where it comes down to content and character. We know Ben. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But for the person on the outside, yeah, you're gonna get easily triggered because you don't have a relationship with, because they be like, "Oh, he's not being satire.
Yeah.
He's being."
I genuinely don't like black people.
You know, so being like that, it's like, but it goes down to show you if you want to be real about it. You don't have to like black people. You don't have to like white people. I don't care.
You just not like people in general.
You don't have to like people in general. No. But I think where people fish for it, in that case, is the problem. No, you're fishing. You're looking for a problem. Like, no one has to accept you in this life. Like, that's facts. Like, I don't care what anybody says. No one has to accept you. But the only time I have a problem with somebody who is like racist is when they're in a position of power that can make decisions that can basically affect my life. Then I have a problem with you because you can affect my life. Now, if you want to be some racist bastard and stay in your hole, stay there. I don't care. But when you have a position of power that affects the way people live and your morals are reversed, that's when it's a problem. Just like, what do you think is worse? A person who's prejudiced or racist?
I think racist, because prejudice doesn't have to pertain to race.
Okay.
Sometimes prejudice can like be like to social standing, right? It could be culture
so you
based.
Think racism?
I think racism is worse because literally racism.
Yeah, racism.
I mean, when it comes down to it, just fucking colors, right? That's what it comes down to. Racism is just
colors.
You are that color. I don't like that color.
What about you, Nate? What do you think is worse?
You have prejudice for somebody with big feet.
I agree with Ben's point. I mean, to me, I'm kind of like teeter-tottering between the two, to be honest.
I'm a responsible racist.
I always look at
put that on a shirt.
Oh my god. A bumper sticker.
I would say I don't like prejudiced people because racism is usually associated with ignorance.
Facts.
Ignorance is lack of knowledge.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Prejudice is when you're fully aware and you're educated, but you choose to be this way. You get what I'm saying? Because when you deal with people who are racist, they believe the stereotype, as you were saying, baby mama, fried chicken. They believe that. There's black.
Yeah, but Jace, I feel you. I feel you. But like, prejudice, like, they don't necessarily always are knowledgeable. You feel me? Racists sometimes are knowledgeable, right? But they're just taught through generations, bro. So I feel you on that. You feel me? I know it's no longer live because I'm pausing it, but like, yeah. So like, it's just as, you feel me? It's just as. You can be prejudiced, and it's just by certain connotations, and racist is just race. Yeah.
Excellence all over. You know what I'm saying? Most of black people in U.S. history create most of the living conditions you're living now. AC, traffic lights, you know, cotton machine.
Cotton gins, closed security, closed CCTV.
So when you want to basically talk about racism, racist people believe the stigma because they're not educated. But a prejudiced person who chooses to be this way but knows the truth. That's a person to me who's far more dangerous.
You're right.
Because they're educated. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they say ignorance is bliss, it truly is. If you think about it, and this is no disrespect to my crew, my friend, but my dumbest friend is the happiest one.
No, I remember saying to a song with my girls, like, I envy certain people.
Yes.
I was literally thinking that.
I wonder who that is.
You know what? I'm not even say I don't want to be foul.
I'm not saying that I'm some kind of proto genius. You know, I'm not saying that I'm smart.
Sometimes you're too self-aware.
Like, my self-awareness is just like I'm an overthinker, you know. So I don't consider myself an intelligent person, but I just, you know, like
I don't want to call him stupid. I'm gonna say not as conscious.
Yeah.
When you have somebody who's not conscious to like what's going on,
oblivious
to the fact, they're easier to please.
Yeah.
Think about it. The more educated you are, you ever really dealt with as a man, you ever dealt with a really educated woman and realized, hell's no.
No, yeah, they are.
You can't please them.
They're depressed. A lot of them are. I'm not.
Same thing. An educated man. You ever been with a dude who's so educated that it made you uncomfortable?
I've been around people who have definitely been in a state of constant awareness, very intelligent, you know, and it was a little bit difficult to please them.
No, just like really smart people.
And I'm also aware of that, but I'm also like my personality, you know, sometimes I'm a silly goose, sometimes I'm serious, sometimes I can be a little sad.
You have a filter.
Yeah, but I do know when to have fun. I try not to take life too serious because at the end of the day, you know, you only have one life, and you never know.
Not a long time.
So, I just think, and it's been proven that like, you know, the smarter you are at a younger age, the more likely you are to become depressed.
A psychopath,
you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like if you go on the internet and you type in who else was considered gifted in school
Hitler.
and now was like depressed and you can't like they're like burnouts or whatever, stuff like that. Like they have like serious anxiety and shit like that. It's just the knowledge comes at a cost.
Fact.
You know, you have to enjoy your childhood.
Yeah.
Well, that I agree with you guys 100%. So it's like, okay, when you're fully aware and you're educated and whatnot, I think the problem that comes behind that, where they fall off the deep end, is because you can't. Knowledge is not to be controlling.
Yeah.
Knowledge is in order to advance yourself. And I've realized like people who are really educated and miserable and whatnot,
they're like, what's the point?
What the point? Because they can't control it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the situation that's going on in life right now, right?
And they know all this stuff, but they can't do anything with their knowledge.
And then I don't really like being around people who have that mentality, because then it's like I don't want to feel that way.
Yeah, they're a downer.
You're a bum. Yeah, like you have all this information.
Yeah. I feel like that sometimes. I feel like I look at like efficiency and what's the best thing to do, and then I do the best thing. You feel me? So I guess I'm that person, bro, to be honest.
Information in your head, but everything you've told me just fucking bums me out.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't want to be around that. I like to have stupid fun.
What's that cartoon where the kids he's always depressed?
I don't know about stupid fun for me. I ain't gonna lie.
That's a lot of information things.
No. It's like
give us a platform.
It's like he's like an Eeyore. What cartoon?
I definitely ain't no
Eeyore.
Eeyore.
Is it Cartoon Network?
Do you know
Disney Channel?
what channel it's from?
Bro, I'm so burnt out today. I'm so burnt out. I'm trying to even remember like the full thing. Like he's just
was it animated?
Charlie Brown, bro.
Oh, Charlie Brown.
Yeah. Like if you obviously you guys are way younger than me.
Charlie Brown.
He's a realist.
My mom.
Charlie Brown today. It jacks it. Like Charlie Brown is very dark.
Yeah.
Like when you realize it, because he's a young kid, but he's so conscious that he stripped himself of his childhood, while the dude is just basically chilling. He's
like, homie,
man, you know.
Homie, yeah, I get it, but it's gonna get fucked later on. So
exactly.
That's the point. Yeah.
You know?
And then to people who kind of shit on you and say, "Oh, like you gotta be real. This is life." Like they try to find a way to make you feel bad for wanting to stay a little ignorant or just a little, you know, how like, a little stupid. I don't know how to say it, but it's like, you know what? I don't care. I pay my bills. I'm very responsible. I try to be responsible financially. You know, I'm a growing adult.
You're living your life.
I'm living my life. I know how to somewhat adults and be responsible, but I prefer to have fun and not be as
why so serious?
I think why so serious? Okay, but I think that by itself, you
know, your lips were wet as fuck. Like you just hear your...
Yeah, he would know. He would know.
He would know.
Don't play with me.
What you mean? You said it. He said it.
Don't play with me.
He said it. Yeah, my lips wet.
Boy, look here. Look here. I'm gonna tell you this one time, and don't lick your lips either. You're LL Cool J.
I mean, they were dry.
They dry for him because you threw them everywhere, bro.
I can't with you.
This is what we talked about last week. You can't get into a fight with Ben because
no, he makes everything worse. Like if you insult him, he's gonna advance.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like exactly. Like so. Back in the day, you always had that one homeboy who was acting like sus, right? And you like, nah, you can't sort it out. Ben is the type to instigate it.
What you mean?
So like if his boy's doing something questionable, he's gonna make advancements that are questionable, like what he did at the wharf. Because like, that messed me up. Like that messed me up. Because I honestly, look, dog, I had a question. I even asked you, because yo, this is when you Ray, we were at the wharf, right? And I'm looking at his boy look like from Dead Presidents. What was he, a gangster mime or something?
I don't remember. So
with the vape pen, y'all literally shotgun, but y'all did it weird. You messed up my head.
I did it specifically to mess with Jade. I was single at the time.
He wants to emphasize that.
He is crazy.
You know, you can tell me if you're gay. Like, it got to that point. I had to ask him because I'm like, yo,
so if y'all don't know what that is, essentially, it's almost
this is your way of telling me you're trying to come out the closet. It's okay.
No, I did that specifically to mess with Jason because I knew that it would. I was like, I literally, this was his message.
Dude, going out, I can just picture Ben like just instigating some shit with some guy, and like being how he is, you know, say some sexual, be like, oh yeah, whatever, this and that, and then Jason has to prepare because he's like, oh, that one friend who always says some out of pocket shit. Now I have to get ready to fight with him.
In the modern era, the modern man, it's a game of chicken.
Well, that day is going to go bad for you because I'm calling it now. No. You're going to provoke somebody and they're not going to be like, nah, fuck that. I'm advancing. And you're like, no, I was joking. That's going to happen to you.
Where are you?
No, but that has, so there has been instances where it was not in my favor in regards to that. I remember one of my friends, this was around the time where I had wrecked my car and he would drive me to work. And you know,
you told me
and he is homosexual, you know, and you know, everyone knows me.
I
say the sus shit, yada yada. And I remember like me and him were just like going back and forth. You know what? Because you know, right? You know, we're just like going back and forth, yada yada. And some things are said, and he said something, and then I had to go like, "Whoa!"
Like, yo, shit got real.
I was like, "Look, you're my homie, but I think you should know that I don't roll that way."
You're playing the character too real.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was just messing. Like, I was just goofing,
bro. You know what? Real shit. You should go into acting, bro.
No,
you should go into acting.
I could, but I don't. You know, I actually, when I was younger, I used to really want to be an actor. I used to really want to like star in film and do that kind of stuff, voice acting, that kind of stuff. Because I see myself as someone who's very animated. I could really just like.
Well, you like lighting people up.
Yeah, you know, I love entertaining people. I used to even do stand-up comedy.
Well, yeah, why don't you do improv?
Improv.
I feel like
I'm down to do it if you do it.
Improv.
I'm down to do it if you guys do it.
Improv is the lowest form of comedy.
Oh yeah. Who the fuck cares?
Who cares, bro?
No, I'm just saying. So I used to do stand-up. But you know, like the thing is, once you get big in the media sphere, and like you have to get like a manager and stuff like that, your life no longer.
Yeah, it's not fun anymore.
Yeah, it's not fun. Then it really does become a job, you know. And so that's what when I remember I used to be into like conspiracy theories and stuff like that, and looking up like
Beast. Listen, when I'm laughing hard, I snort. Okay, I snort, bro, and I don't apologize, and I don't appreciate it.
Not sorry. But you know, like. But beyond like the conspiracy theory stuff with like, oh, celebrities sell their soul or stuff like that, like let's put that aside. No, let's put that aside. I mean, but let's look at the reality. Like, if you don't believe in any of that selling your soul, that kind of stuff, nonsense. Look at the reality. These people, 24/7, their lives are under a microscope.
Yeah,
you know?
so we call him
every little,
literally everything.
It's
so
a
Mr. Wayans.
So I remember seeing a video with Kodak Black, right? And he was talking about how like when women like asking for money or whatever, and he said, all right, like I don't have any money. I don't have no money. This money is not mine. This shit it's not real.
It's not real. It's a placebo.
Yeah, these chains are mine. The same thing with what was that guy? What was that kid's name? That made that song. Zanny's gonna betray you. Zanny's gonna take you.
I don't know the name, but
I think his name was Little Xan or some whatever. The point is, then he came out and he was like, he was a kid. He was like, I have this car in this garage. I can't even drive this car, even though like,
it was
like,
Little Xan.
And then I think with like Cardi B or whatever, she doesn't have a driver's license. I think it's some famous woman.
No, it's Cardi B.
Yeah. She has all these Lambos,
but she doesn't have a fucking like. So here's the truth, right? I know we go all over the place, and I honestly I apologize in a sense because that's we target everything.
Yeah, it's logical. You know.
No pun intended. So no, but it's true. I think what you're saying is real. Like when you get into that and it becomes a job, it sucks the passion. Like I love what I do at work. I'm great at what I do at work. But when I know it's not my choice, that bothers me.
I gotta do this.
Yeah, and that's why you got to be careful. And speaking of that, as we get into our next topic, is education ruining relationships?
Is education ruining relationships? What do you mean? Like,
so
are you saying that
education, like if you have your girl in school, or when you're in school, is it embedding on your relationship? Is it straining it?
It could.
I think it depends on the level of education. So like higher learning, I think it will definitely impede that, because especially if you're with someone, male or female, they, them, whatever they identify as, if they are a high achiever, right, then it's gonna make sense for them to want to focus on their studies more so than right, because like and their reasoning will be like, we have the rest of our lives to be together. I only have this time to make it like that. I see that, right? I can see where that's going, as well as
I think
and some higher learning.
Yeah, I don't think it's I do not think it's education. I think it's the growth of the person in a view and what they see in the person overall. Because you change when you're in a relationship, fam. Like for real, you change your relationship, and it's either the person changes with you, or you move on without them. And most of the time you move on without them, and then, for instance, you're with people that are like-minded, and those like-minded people tend to move you forward and they propel you forward. So are you gonna stay with somebody that's gonna hold you back, right? Or you have pity and you stay with them, right? I've been in a relationship where I felt pity and I stayed with somebody just because I felt like it was best for them, not necessarily best for me. And then sometimes, you feel me, when you take your route, you feel me, you're seen as selfish or somebody, you feel me, that wasn't down for the cause. So yeah, sometimes you got to make moves, and that's what kills a relationship. And yeah, that's the best thing I could say, for real.
Places that, bro, it just makes no sense to date a college individual.
Or like if you're in the university / college, and let's say you're living on campus, your entire life revolves around campus. Like, let me tell you, I was on campus yesterday. I just got out of class and I stayed to do homework in the library. And I'm just like,
what's good,
I'm just
Rich?
looking around at everyone.
How you be, my G?
You know, I go to school part-time and I live with my parents.
Wait, hold up.
But
so Rich, you feel me? Have you ever played Shadow Ray Legends? You feel me? I'm currently in a sponsored John with them. You're gonna see like a little link pop up. If you could hit that link, download the game. Put in the promo code MARSESP. And if you get to level 25, that will really help me out. Yeah, fam. And are you when do you work again, bro? I haven't seen you like forever, bro.
But last summer I was more involved in some activities, and I really got to see. And some of my friends lived on campus, so I got to see their dorms.
Tomorrow,
and
I bet.
It just didn't really hit me.
What time, bro? It close?
Because some students live on campus, they go to school, work. They go to school full time.
I'll stay.
Like,
I'll stay
some
when we
can
ride
even
the
work
train
on
together,
campus, or
fam.
not even work at all. You know, their whole lives.
How you been though?
Is
give me a color, bro, so I can change my life.
So that once that they graduate, they're like, wow, what do I do now? Or even if they're
like, what do you do with yourself?
What do you do with yourself? Because now, you know, you had your, if you're on a full ride, perfect. Or if you're on like student loans, okay, great. But even then, you still had some sort of finance covering your housing.
Yeah.
And
if
and
you
also
wanted
your
to move,
food,
I have
let's say
one
you
that
have,
moves,
you know,
and it's like red and yellow and all that.
credits,
Would you like
your
that?
meal plans, everything was easy.
and then it's like you're shipped out into the real world.
And then in the real world, it's nothing like that.
I also think that's why, and you know, I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just gonna say this out there because this is what my brain is telling me. So I also think that there's an influx of college students saying that socialism works.
Yeah, because it makes life so much easier for them.
Yeah, it just makes sense, right? You go to somewhere, all your needs are met.
Yep.
And you know, you're not paying for it or whatever.
Yeah.
Someone else is paying
Beast
for it. Beast
JMR. Who put a heart on this man's comment? He's calling me Mr. Waynes. I do not look like the Waynes.
You do. No, stop that. No, you do. You're light skinned. He's light skinned. That's it.
So you're not light skinned.
I mean, compared to Ben.
Yeah, because he's fucking did midnight. But to go back, so
but yeah, so like if your entire life revolves around campus, and let's see, like Ben said, you're a high achiever, you always focus on your
work
studies.
today, bro?
If you're in a relationship,
are you over by the crib
it could
now or not?
somewhat interfere with that. If you let it, obviously.
I remember I had this conversation with you, right? Yeah. And let's break it down. Men have a financial clock. Right?
Okay.
Women have a biological clock.
Here we go.
So the reason why I say that, the school interfere with that, and in no way in shape and mind do I basically go.
I know I asked two questions, so you hit me. No, is it no for both?
Do it. You know, famous words of Mark Twain: never let school get in the way of your education.
Wow.
But the reality,
are you going to go outside today or not?
Women are going to school in their 20s. You're sacrificing so much, but at what point do you really make time for yourself to build a life and prepare for your life? Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Like, what do you truly gain from it?
Because I see so many women who go to school, they get the degrees and whatnot, but they sacrifice so much that the relationship either went tainted or they put so much work, they realize they want to have kids and they burnt up that time. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's where, like, do you feel like school needs to acknowledge, like these universities, these colleges need to acknowledge that, like, you can't.
You want to work? You want to work out in the morning, my
When it comes, whether male or female, you got to make a life for yourself. Because when you're in school, that's great. But then once you're out the door, that's the real world. No, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just think, this is what I think. This is an opinion. So if anyone disagrees, feel free to share that with me. You can find me on Sir Zanyo on Instagram or just comment down below. But I think that it's better if a man wastes a majority of his youth chasing higher education.
Drink up, you feel me? Enjoy the stream.
If it were to be a woman.
Write that down.
This is the reason why I say this. I don't think at all that if you want to go get your education, do it. Right? You will be better off in the long run if you were to continue living on your own. If you got education, you got your master's or whatever, right? Doctorates, whatever, go for it. If you want to achieve that, go for it.
Yeah, by all means.
By all means, right? That's why I say. But I think, and this is just like me thinking in the traditional mindset of the male should be the breadwinner. That it makes more sense for a man to sacrifice
than a woman
for a woman,
because the woman's already sacrificing when she's bringing a life in.
No, yeah, like
women. Wait, you know. So the topic is does school, having your partner in the school, and relationships, you feel me? I kind of think the latter. I think that like if you got a shorty in school, or like you're in school, you're around like-minded people, and you kind of grow apart because of that, because you're moving at a fast pace. What they're talking about is like occupation. I get what they're saying, but I don't really feel it. Like I get where they're coming from. And Ben was saying that essentially that never date a shorty that's in school. So that for me, that I sometimes you want a shorty that's in school, and sometimes it's just for fun. It depends on the stage you're in at your life. You feel me? Because you never know, bro, to be honest.
Traditionally already sacrificed so much when they decide to become a homemaker, a mother, that kind of stuff. Like they're literally sacrificing everything to raise children, right? Like they don't go to school, they probably don't work full time.
To piggyback off that real quick, right? What you're saying is correct, and I think that's what drives the modern woman to get an education.
Yeah, because like they're like, I don't have any worth unless I'm barefoot in the kitchen, like looking after kids.
But if you look at through history, right? like let's talk from the 1950s all the way to the 80s.
Yeah.
A lot of women were the home care and took care of the children.
Yep.
And if the man opted out,
up now, bro.
Education. Exactly. What am I going to do? You know what I'm saying? So I think
it's
that's
a good
why
safety net. It's a very good safety net.
And I think that's why so many young women's mothers are telling them to get an education. Yeah. Because the reality is, like, your mother witnessed so many of her friends or family members basically opt out of a relationship and they had literally nothing. Yep. They had no reserve. So it's like, I don't want that for my daughter. Like, I really, when we had this last conversation, I really tried to understand why is the modern woman so strict with, you know,
I will tell you why. Because our parents' generation, and I can only speak for at least Hispanics in general, because, you know, as far as I'm Hispanic, as far as my friend group, you know, everyone in my life growing up has shared the same struggle. Almost all of our parents have come from a different country to give their kids a better life. And I know you had, like, you know, asked us this question about, like,
I see that a lot.
If what if her partner like
didn't want
kids or whatever. And so I was thinking about that answer, and it kind of relates to what we're talking about.
But with the new age, like, it's a whole different dynamic, at least in Miami, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, I still think, you feel me, it's damn near impossible to find a shorty that you're gonna be 100% happy with in Miami, because they're always looking for the next. Like, for instance, I lived in New York, you feel me, where the shorties, from my experience, you feel me, the shorties will let you know, like, you feel me, they were more like, all right, you feel me, you're mine, you feel me, I like you because I like you, for real. And I went to Georgia, you feel me, where a lot of people are as I say, were busted. So if you had any type of appeal, right, it rather it be like you're funny, rather it be you got swag, or you look good, you feel me, you're kind of like top tier. And then after that, a lot of girls looked at like how good of a companion you were, what you were doing. So kind of like the old time ways, or thoughts. So yeah, like, it's a little bit different. And tradition, like, when you have like the Hispanic culture, a lot of time you see like the tradition, right? They want to keep it in the family, which kind of goes down. Like, for instance, it's kind of like a culture shock when you come down to Miami, and you feel me, you have like the I'm gonna say it, whatever. Like, for instance, you have like the older white Cubans, right? They literally are like pure, and it's similar to like what it is in Georgia. Sometimes when you think about like the races, so you gotta definitely be you gotta be very careful on how you move. Yeah, and like they gonna look out for their own. They gonna look out for their own, and it's gonna be like that. So you have to move accordingly. And when you have like a culture and you don't see that difference, like it's a big thing. It's a big thing. Like, I know, like, for instance, like even the movement where, you feel me, the Black King, the Black Queens, that's something that hasn't been championed for a very long time, and it has been suppressed, right? So when it speaks up, a lot of people kind of get like tired of it. And for me, I get it, you feel me, but I feel like also it's getting a bad connotation, because they start putting shiesty stuff with it, you feel me. Oh, and then, you feel me, and then they got the one advocacy, black men don't cheat, but then they start bringing down our Caribbean brothers and sisters, you feel me. So like it gets wicked. It's get wicked.
Parents
it's kind of
so
that
much
ass is kind of like a broad
kids,
topic,
for us
bro,
to have a better life. And, you know, my
For
mom
real.
always tells me all the time, and my dad too, get an education, because, you know, as
Safety
what
net.
you guys were saying earlier, yes, to some degree, I do agree. You know, if you want to live a traditional life, a traditional relationship, by all means, go for it. But there's pros and cons to everything. So if you live in a traditional relationship, you have to realize the cons, that if that relationship goes to shit, what happens to the partner that is not, you know,
so let me say this. So let me say this to that.
They fall
Even
off.
though I was speaking
That's simple.
from a traditional mindset, right? I don't consider myself a traditional man, right? I would like to say like a mix of both. And what I mean by that is I am definitely okay. I think that everyone should get an education if that's how they see it fit. Yeah. My dad has kind of etched into my mind. He himself, he's like, if you find a woman that doesn't have some kind of skill, you know, some kind of problem. It's a problem because she'll only hold you back later on in life, and
she becomes a liability.
She does. That's just the truth. If you get man or woman, if you get with someone that don't know nothing and you're trying to do something big, you're not going anywhere with that person, bro. Especially if they're not trying to learn. So to this,
it depends.
I
if
think
they take direction, you're fine.
And it's unfortunate because where we are in the economy, it makes you can't do shit on your own anymore.
I was just gonna mention that to you guys.
You cannot do shit on your own. So the idea of the average person,
the average Joe
raising a family, right? No, it makes sense that the man
at least in Miami.
Work. This is how I personally would want it, and this is how I feel now. It could change in the future.
Right now in Miami, you could be in a bando, bro, and paying $2,000 to $3,000, like being abandoned, in an abandoned house. You feel me? You might have holes. You feel me? In your house, you may have roaches in every single floor trying to charge you $2,000 to $3,000. You can't live by yourself right now in Miami. A house that used to be like $650, bro. You used to be able to find places a 1-1 for $650. Them Johns are $3K now, bro. They got me messed up. And then, for instance, if you make over like what was it, like $20K, right? You can't even live in a low income housing, bro. That's crazy. Like, bro, people at McDonald's right now. You feel me? Think about this. A shorty that got like 3 kids, 2 kids, you feel me? Working at McDonald's, making $10, $11 an hour. Can't live in a low income housing, bro. That's crazy. If they get a little bit of overtime and all this, bro, that's crazy, bro. And they taking away all this funding. That's crazy, bro.
Crazy. I would want it is, I work full time. I don't mind working full time. She can work part time, or run a business out of the home or something. Because my belief system is there needs to be at least one parent at home with the children. Yeah.
You don't want the world raising you
during their developmental stages. Like, and it's not like I want her to live her life at home. Like once they get to a
sacrifice.
Yeah, once they can,
we're all making a sacrifice.
Yeah, like my idea is like once they can raise themselves, essentially, like go into the fridge, put food in their own mouths, you know, put their own clothes on, go do your thing. Yeah. But while they're in their most developmental stages, I think that there should be
family values.
There should be at least one parent at home.
Because
and like, and I don't want, and like, right, like I don't mind being the parent that stays home, but I also don't
because
want,
then you also coddle your kid, man.
What's been fed to women that they have to subscribe to the idea of that they don't want to serve their man at the house. Submit to their man, but they would submit to the boss man or boss woman that if they disappeared, they wouldn't give a fuck. They would replace you the very next day.
Everything is perspective, you guys.
It's perspective.
Because if you think about it, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Your delivery.
It's the delivery. So the traditional mindset, first and foremost, in this economy,
not gonna
all right, so I'm gonna read this because I know that thing goes by quick. Girlfriends and boyfriends opposite to wife and husband. Is both stressful growing with someone. However, a husband would be more understanding if a wife takes the path. If the kids are involved in breakups, relationships, especially when a dad plays a certain role in levels, but like those roles are diminishing, bro. Like I feel you. Like those roles are diminishing. I feel, right? So like it's not the pops leaving no more, fam. And I think when that dynamic switch, it's crazy because like I remember when I first started school, they were like, oh, it's an influx of women going to school and being the breadwinners, and I was like, damn, that is dope. Like I really like that, right? And then we started having all this. All right, cool. The females are having more masculine energy, and I was like, all right, like cool. It is what it is. Like I'm from New York, bro. You feel me? The girls over there have masculine energy. The girls fight more than the men. You feel me? Or the boys, like for real. And they had it. And I understand that, but it's different now. Like everybody is having that freedom, which I think it's tough. Like I feel like, you feel me? Like, do you, like, if you need to do that, do you, for real? Cause you only get one life, man, and you really gotta yeah. And then like the men, they're getting emasculated, because essentially, and emasculated is where it's taking away the manhood. But the manhood, for me, I feel like was a figment of imagination, because putting on a facade saying how hard you were was always, oh, you being man. You feel me? The way that I feel women were taught and boys were taught was totally different. So like it's also that gender role that messes us up, because at that point you don't know how to deal with emotion and you break down, while the female is taught to deal with that emotion and go from there. So like I always try to champion trying to see why I'm feeling this way or that way, because I begin confused myself. Like as a kid, I was always angry. I was always fighting. You feel me? When I get mad, I cry angry tears. I haven't cried angry tears in years, because I start breaking down my feelings. So if you're able to do that, you're able to have a bigger conscience. But also, like, for instance, that bigger conscience I see, it's something that most people don't like to deal with. So like, I'm pretty sure Shorty won't want to deal with me, because I'm gonna be like that, and I'm gonna be very logical, right? For me, I kind of see like crying sometimes as a sign of giving up. And for me, I ain't giving up for nothing. Like, I wouldn't be where I am if I gave up. I'm not gonna hold that. You feel me? I'll take a L. You feel me? I'll take a real big L, but I ain't gonna be down for long. And I'm gonna get up, bro. I'm gonna get up. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get up. And I think both sides can't handle that, because if your shorty's like that, you're gonna be like, damn. But if you're like that, she's gonna be like, yo, you don't care about me. You're doing all this. I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm gonna do me, bro. I'm not gonna have you hold me down. You feel me? I'm not gonna hold you down. If you feel like I'm holding you down, you feel me? I'm gonna let you free. You feel me? Like, be free. It's cool.
Professionalism doesn't exist
unless you're making like over 80, 90.
Unless you have such a good job that pays you so well, then okay.
Or if you're financially frugal,
you know. But it's just like, at least,
bro, that like your wage, where you think like you will make and you think it'll be fine, that is a figment of imagination, bro. Because no matter how much money you get, like, I can tell you for real, like, money is the root of all evil, like, for real. But it also could bring a lot of joy and happiness. But if you make 80K, bro, like, I've seen 80K paychecks, bro. You still in Miami, bro, it's up. Like it's up. You still need a partner. You feel me? You have to be very smart. You'd be very conservative with that 80K. Because if you think about it, right, I had a shorty, you feel me, that was making 50K a year or 60K a year. And I was making more than 40K a year. And we was struggling. You feel me? And if you really break that down, that's 90K a year, bro. It's nothing, bro. Like we have bills. You have to pay for stuff, bro. Like you have to be tapped in, and you can't be delusional. Like, I feel like if I made 130K, you feel me, I'd be a lot more comfortable. I wouldn't be able to do everything I want to do, but like, it gets real, bro. Like, you could have a shorty that makes 80K and you make 80K, and y'all have different stuff y'all gotta do, bro. And that's not gonna work. But you know, it is what it is.
You know, in our like group or
generation,
our class, I mean,
yeah.
Tradition.
How can one be
you need that money
live
for
in
real.
a traditional relationship if the economy is so
traditional? Yeah.
If I may take traditional, right? I think we misunderstand the concept of what traditional is.
I just mean financially. Yeah. Like, how can in this economy?
I mean, like
yeah, sorry, I meant to be more specific.
Yeah, the man taking care of most of the
or just one person.
So it's not easy. Like as with my last relationship, it was traditional. I took the heavy load. It is extremely,
but it takes a toll.
It is extreme.
All right, you feel me? For the people in the chat, you feel me? I want to ask this question because when you, no matter what, for instance, if your shorty's taking most of the load, or you're taking most of the load, I feel like there's always gonna be some type of resentment, right? So if you're doing most of the load, right, and the person who isn't taking that much of the load wants to go out and feel nice and do all this and asking you for that, right? There's times where you be like, yeah, I'll give that up. Like, you deserve to be happy. Here you go. I'm gonna get this for you because I care for you. I love you, right? But say other things like going a wayside. You feel me? At that point, you be like, bro, you ain't give me this, you ain't give me that. You feel me? It is what it is. For guys, it's usually physical. You feel me? For girls, it's usually availability, feeling wanted, feeling pretty, right? Then you start to have that resentment. And like, for instance, I think about me, if I was a stay-at-home dad, you feel me? Every little thing, why this ain't clean, why ain't that ain't clean, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, bro, I'll be like, yo, look at everything I did, bro. You ain't had to lift nothing, not a thing. You feel me? It's always going to be some type of resentment, I feel. And that's why I feel like dynamic is messed up. Because even in traditional, right? Usually the man's cheating because he don't really like the John like that. Yeah, I forgot to put back on my overlay. Oh no, I can't put that one on. You feel me? But yeah. So like, you're gonna feel a type of resentment at some point, man. Like for real. And you got to be careful, fam. Like, you got to be careful. And yeah. And then if you don't have that equalism, you feel me? She gets sticky. I can tell you that for sure.
Difficult.
Yeah.
If you don't have the right job,
it's not even about the right job. If you don't have the right mentality,
no, and
it's not. And honestly, that's nothing. It's not for everyone.
Before you continue, I just want to say this really quickly. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. I think that men are more used to being pack mules than women.
Facts.
And I'm not saying that's because I'm not saying women aren't capable.
Can somebody in chat let me know what that means? Because I don't know what a pack mule is, bro.
But I love women.
What's the majority?
And,
yeah, but even at that point, right? Bro, it's crazy because people changing from traditional to the roles now, and then you start seeing, for instance, I see, like, for instance, the females that don't got it, bro. And you feel me? It's gonna sound very chauvinistic, and I feel like it is what it is, man. The girls that don't got it, then they be like, all right, cool, I want the man that got it. And then the girls that got it, they say, I want that and some. You feel me? And I'll be like, yo, at what point is it good enough, right? Because for me, I'll be cool off you. You feel me? If I feel like if I'm just like, you feel me, a meal ticket. You feel me? If I'm saved in your phone as food, you feel me? You feel me? That's gonna be a food that's never delivered, bro. Dead ass. Like, that's never gonna be delivered, bro. I'm not gonna be food that bruh. I am not Uber Eats. I am not Papa John's. I'm not none of that, bro. You feel me? They can miss me with all that, right? But then, at that point, you feel me? I'm a big proponent. You feel me? Until we lock it down, lock it in. I want to go Dutch, bro. Cause I want to see if we have equal thoughts. I don't want you to feel pressure. You feel me? On God, I don't want you to feel pressure. You ain't got to do nothing. You go home. You feel me? It is what it is, bro. And I want to make sure it's genuine. Cause he told me, I need you to take me Ruth Chris. You feel me? And you can't pay half the bill, bro. Or am I just, for instance, something when you waiting for your paycheck to come? Like, that's how I see. Because I'm a very genuine person. I'm never gonna show any love that's fake. I'm always gonna show up and be a stand-up guy. And if I give you something, you feel me, it is what it is. You feel me? If I say, yo, you want to come here, you feel me, you ain't paying for nothing, bro. If I'm inviting you somewhere, bro. But if I'm saying, hey, yo, I'm gonna go here, you want to come here, you know that you paying for your bill, fam. For real, you paying for your bill. Like it is what it is, man. But if I'm like, yo, come with me, like come here, I'm going here, I got you. It goes for females or males, and I ain't expecting nothing. You feel me? I'm just saying.
Yeah, I would love to take care of all women, right? In the sense that like they don't have to put themselves or find themselves in situations where they have to take a role that
between
they
a
wouldn't
rock and a
usually
hard
take.
place.
Like I wouldn't want it to be the only choice, right? I would want it to, if they want to go do a thing, put themselves in the position that they would force them to like be a pack mule or whatever, then I want that to be a choice and not the reality.
Yeah, not survival mode.
Exactly. I would want it to be wanted. So I'm just saying that,
like,
yeah.
So to be traditional, right?
Yeah.
I think, again, it is extremely difficult in the sense of like, yeah, you know, I have a skill set that many people don't have.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I work on cars, I work on bikes, I pretty much, I'm a walking handyman.
Yeah.
I
That's
could do
my
plumbing,
G, man.
I could do mechanics, I could do electrical, you know what I'm saying? I can move a water heater. I learned because I grew up in a house where everything was broken.
Yep.
Right.
And
facts.
That being said, I think the idea of the financial side that you're talking about, you're 100% correct. There's no debate in that.
That's all I pretty much mean, you know.
But to break it down to topic like traditional values in the modern world, and this is where I feel bad for you guys, because unfortunately,
I think he's gonna eat right now. Let him cook.
You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say, especially when it comes to schooling, you have all these resources, but it's hard for you guys to find your feet beneath you because that variable is fucking cancer to you guys.
The thing is that, and these are the statistics, less men are going to higher learning, like to universities. It's more women that are going to, like, women are dominating more degrees. Yeah. But here's the problem. No, but here's the problem. At the cost of raising a family,
and I say my
plenty
piece.
of more women just don't give a darn, right?
Now.
And that's okay, right? Like
now.
Yeah, now. They don't care now, but I'm not going to be the one to be like, oh, we'll see you in 10 years when you're childless and alone. Make sure you can
say that.
But what I'm saying is that
bro, there should never be an ultimatum, bro, right? Because like, for instance, if you go to New York, bro, and you walk, and like catcalling is a big thing in New York, and I remember, you feel me? So Shorty walked by and you're like, "What's good, ma?" And Shorty don't respond. They be like, F you. You feel me? Right? When they say, for instance, when you're going to be alone with no kids and unhappy, you feel me? I feel like the same way. Right? I don't like that term, bro. That ass. Like, I don't like that term. Because at the end of the day, you may have no kids and be fulfilled, bro. It's your journey. Women say chivalry is dead, but they're independent. They don't need a man. So I think it's a contradiction because now females are more independent, but they still want guys to pay for stuff. Yeah, that's have my cake and eat it too, type John. You feel me? I feel you, Rich. Like, yeah. And I'm not with that. You feel me? That's why I'll say go Dutch. If y'all know what go Dutch is, we go half. I pay for mine, you pay for yours. And if your side is more, we could pay half and half. It's cool. But you ain't, if you over like $40-$50 over mine and my John was $30, you got me. Like, you got me messed up. You feel me? That's the last date we going on because I already know what you're trying to do. And I think it's just a standard, bro. Because the like I got one of the little homies. I'm gonna call him a little homie. I ain't gonna say his name. He was with a shorty. And Shorty has a brother, and her brother is affluent, right? And the brother gets her whatever she wants, so she gets spoiled. So, and then he'd be like, he can't get you this, you don't need to be with him then. Mind you, he just got out of high school, bro. Not everybody is Mr. Beast, bro. Like, you got to grow into the person you got to be. But now, like, it's either you make it or not. And my man's, like, he has a big future. He's doing big stuff in photography. I spoke to his brother, and we talked for, like, bro, one of my mans, like, for a minute since, like, middle school. We talked, and then he was like, man, it's just impossible. And he's out here trying to make it too. And bro, I'm pushing 30. You feel me? And I'm still trying to make it, bro. Like, you have to grow into the person you becoming, right? It's not about looking what's all around you and seeing where people are at. You gotta grow yourself, bro. Because your biggest competition is yourself, not anybody else, bro. For real, for real. That's all I gotta say.
Women are dominating the universities, right? And this is statistically proven. A woman with higher degrees obtained are least likely to go for
average Joe.
An average Joe. Like, if you're smart, you went to school for 4 years, 6 years. You're not gonna get some guy that's fucking working for 50 or 40
premium selection,
like, right?
baby.
Because, like, you put this much and you're worth this much, right?
Yeah.
You went and you got a job that's paying $120,000 a year.
Yeah.
You went to school for it. You earned
a man of your caliber.
And so
All
you
right,
want
man,
someone
you
either
eating,
at
bro.
your level
Let's
or
go.
above you. And I'm not saying that
facts.
like, and I know it sounds like misogynist when we say, like, but it's just a reality.
Yep.
It literally is a reality. Nobody, or at least women,
naturally.
Yeah. Like, what woman in her right mind, as I'm saying, would want someone below her? Right? There's nothing wrong with wanting someone.
I mean, but the
rules to exceptions don't count.
But let's say like this. Think about it like this, right? I'm gonna use you, Nat.
Okay.
Imagine you're working and you're making $50,000 a year, 50 to 70,000. No, you're making $80,000 a year, right?
Yeah.
All right, you're making $80,000. Now let's
your man flipping burgers.
Let's put it aside, right? Let's put the feelings aside, right? Realistically speaking, logically speaking, for your guys' future, if your man flipping burgers, he's only making $30,000.
Nah, not even. Let's be real. He's making $24,000.
Yeah, $24,000 a
$80,000.
year. You're making 80. You're making nearly 3 times as much as what he's thinking. Do you truly believe that he's gonna appreciate what you're doing for him, or do you think that at any point you would feel like you're being taken advantage of?
Your worth is gonna be acknowledged.
The only way I would feel taken advantage of is if he's constantly asking me to, like, buy him things and
I mean,
like that very
exactly what I said. Exactly what I said. It's the resentment, bro. You're gonna feel resentment on that person, bro. Like for real, you're gonna feel resentment on that person. No matter how, like, amazing you feel it is, right? You're gonna feel resentment on that person, bro. Shit, I know I would. I know I would, because I'm like, yo, like, I'll be like, man, do it yourself, man. Like, I'm doing this, that. You gotta do better. You're gonna have that resentment, bro.
materialistic, I mean.
But listen, you're going to have to take care of a majority of the bills because you make
I'll even
money.
do you.
No, let me tell you.
Add to this though.
Yeah.
You also have to keep in mind you're making $80K. You're professional,
so
right? And a lot of
they
times,
don't care about
what
that.
people don't actually acknowledge, especially in relationships, your crew, your coworkers, who you associate, your environment is gonna look at you and judge you off that. You know what I'm saying? How many times have we seen those movies? And this is the only like one where it's actually real life, and it's like in the movies where if you're a neurosurgeon, right, and your man is flipping burgers, your colleagues are gonna look at you.
Facts.
I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, they're gonna poke fun at you, bro.
And then
you'll be
if they don't poke fun at you, it's a reputation.
They're like, damn, you smell like Krabby Patties right now. You feel me? How you feel like if you're sure to go to work and you're like, yo, why you smell like Krabby Patties, bro? Stop. He smells like ass. Like, like how you think they gonna feel, bro? You feel me? Go get Tyrone from the burger shop. You feel me? Like, come on, bro. How they gonna feel, bro? It is also a status thing. You want somebody that's on your level, regardless. I feel like sometimes it's backwards with dudes because they like to build women. but at some point they try to find somebody that's on that level, and that's where they have that secretary stuff and all that stuff. So like it's weird, right? And then when you graduate, your partner has to graduate or not. But you feel me? If a man stay with a girl that didn't graduate, you feel me? They're gonna have some type of resentment at some point, bro. Like some point, there got to be.
That precedes you in life. So,
but I find that very flawed, though.
It is.
I mean, it is, but
it's reality because think about it. It's like, yeah, you're a professional. You got a great career, but your man is not up to your caliber. So your reputation's at stake because I'm like,
you would be considered a house husband.
No, but they're gonna look at you like this is your man. This is what she associates herself with.
That's
my man.
No, but here's the thing:
he takes care of the house.
You could love him, right? And you know, people seem to
like
think that
rings,
love is the thing that trumps all. And I think
in the long run, yes,
love is a very powerful force.
I don't care what other people think, though.
But listen, what I'm saying is,
at some point you
can have the mentality, but resentment always rears its head in if you don't feel like you're being met at your level.
You see, guys, but this is a problem that I have. A lot of people have this like mentality, and it's like, hello, wake up, be in a healthy relationship. Because if the roles reverse, and I feel like this is double standards.
But what's a healthy relationship nowadays, bro? Right? Like what is a healthy relationship nowadays? Like, I know it's drastic. Like, I'm seeing everybody break up, bro. I broke up with my shorty. You feel me? And I felt like a weight was lifted, like for real. And like at some point, right? You don't want to have any resentment, or you don't want to have any certain feelings. But I think it's inevitable, bro. Unless you're on the same level, but then you don't want to see that person, bro. It's weird.
If the roles were reversed and the husband was the man was the one who was making, you know, all this money, and the woman was the one flipping burgers, it's okay because she's a housewife, because that's her duties.
That ain't all right with me. Like, that is not all right with me. 'Cause I feel like as a individual, right? You want to help grow that person. Like, for instance, with my ex's longest job when we first got together, I think it was like 2-3 months. And I was like, bro, you don't want your pops paying for everything. You don't want your moms paying for everything. Like, you don't want that, bro. You oh, what's up? Chupe Papito. Yo. Hey, man, quick question. Would you rather hear a lion gur or a nigger? Hey. Hey, I'm finna, bruh. Hey, you tripping, dog. You tripping. Yeah, you tripping. You big tripping. Yeah, bruh. But yeah, you tripping, bruh. You big tripping. I bet. I'm gonna go back to that. You tripping, dog.
But because the roles are reversed, there's a problem. Personally, I don't give a fuck what people think about my relationship. And personally speaking, if I have, you know, after I graduate, I have a good paying job, you know, I'm making 80 to let's say 100K a year, and my man makes a little less than me, I don't care, because at the end of the day, he respects me, he makes me laugh, he cares about me, he meets all my emotional needs and my physical needs. We're in a healthy relationship, and if we want to build a future together, if he decides he wants to be a stay-at-home husband, okay, good. Because maybe he wants to, like you were saying earlier, make a business at home or do like a little part-time side hustle.
That's one thing. So what you're describing is the ideal, right?
But that's how healthy relationships should be, though.
But the thing is, like I said, resentment always shows its face, right? So you may not resent him for making less, but he may.
Women have a list of criteria. Yeah. You might not be sexually compatible, so that's low. They might. Yeah, but all right. But like, yeah. So like, but the thing is, like, a shorty, like, it's very rare that a shorty is going to is going to stay with that man, right? But like I could say, like, for instance, once a shorty rocks with you, like really really rocks with you, bro, you got it, right? But it comes into a point, right? If they ever resent you, bro, it is what it is, bro. Like, I feel you. They have their criteria, they have their list, right? But like, for the right person, they'll throw all that away, bro. Like, for real. Like, and the thing is, it's very rare to find that person. Like, there's people that are together, right? And they hate each other on that level, like on that intimate level, but they mess with like the internal of that person on such a big level, right? And that's something I look for, right? Because like that is what I call unconditional love. You feel me? Right? That's the stuff that they say dogs have, right? But also, if you don't feed that dog and you don't treat them right, they're not gonna love you like that. But like, they're like the girls that will love you regardless of what, and they do nothing wrong to you, bro. Those are very rare. And there's people that mess up and corrupt those people. And yeah, and that'd be like big rough. And then that messes up every other experience in that girl, right? And that's where you get corrupted. But like, it's tough, bro, because you have to be on the same level. Yeah, and I know I'm taking it different from where they're taking it, and they're seeing it from a different way. But yeah, all right, bro. Once you get back, bro, it's perfectly fine, bro. You can even put it to your TV, bro. You got Roku. I mean, you got Google TV. You could just You feel me?
Secretly resent you
because you make
so
him look weak.
So then if he feels like, you know, and this is where I'm going back to healthy relationships.
Yeah.
He needs to communicate with me that he feels this way, so I can at least try to help him get to where he needs to be. Because if you are partnerships and you're married, the whole point of being, like, you know, married in a healthy marriage, I'm assuming, is to, you know, you're there for each other for better or for worse.
Yeah, but
you need to uplift each other and help each other, even if sometimes.
I feel like that's a theory, though, right? Because, but for better or for worse, like, you feel me? I feel like that's a catch-22. You feel me? I feel like that is a catch-22, because for better or for worse, was back then. You feel me? It's for better or for better, right? Because if you fall off, like, I don't see a shorty staying with somebody. Let's say, for instance, her man is now disabled, and now she got to flip that John, or the man essentially is going to be the other way around. Like, for instance, if their shorty is disabled from bet if but oh, you did the raid, John? I appreciate it, fam. This is a sponsored stream, by the way. There's gonna be a link popping up. If you hit that, if you get to level 15, you get extra reward. You get 100K, and you get the person grumble, the legendary person grumble. At level as soon as you use my code, which is MARSESP. And if you get to level 25, that would be greatly helpful for me, right? But yeah, let me get back to it. What is for better or for better? Because if your shorty gets disabled from the legs down, are you really gonna take her to every doctor's visit? Are you really gonna, you feel me, wipe everything, like take care of them like as if your parents did when you were a baby, right? For me, that was tough. You feel me? Like, I don't know if I would have it in me, even somebody I love. You feel me? If I'm seeing somebody disintegrate from cancer, bro, that's tough, right? And I seen that happen with my ex's mom. You feel me? And that it's rough, bro. It's rough. Like, you don't know if you're built like that until you get to that point. For real.
Sometimes you don't want to, and you resent each other.
You're absolutely right. What you're saying, this is idealistic. This is a
you're not wrong.
World. Yeah, you're not wrong
at all.
I don't disagree with you.
I actually commemorate you because, like, yo,
you have that mindset.
You have that mindset, and that's something that we only seen with our grandparents or seen with our parents.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That's something.
But that's the thing. We have to break our generational curses, though.
But we're in this era. Think of it, honestly, like we are in the boss babe era. Women are taking over. Like, literally, I shit you not, women are taking over. And whatever that entails for the future, it doesn't really matter right now, because what is that women are dominating most spaces, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, the whole boss babe thing that's coming out, there's nothing wrong with being a boss babe, but it's like this. You're a boss babe. Would you, as a boss babe, not as you anymore, Nat, as a boss babe, right? You making your own money, you put all this time, you got your car, you got your.
I don't like that acronym, right? She got hustle, bro. She got ambition, right? If you feel threatened by that, bro, that's a you problem, bro. You gotta want your shorty to want ambition, right? I don't care if it's a boss babe, like, bro. No, she got hustle. She got ambition. She wants to go somewhere, bro. You feel me? And like, if you got somebody that's a boss, you know, when you got somebody that's a boss, you're like, damn, I should have kept her, bro. Right? And then like, girls want a boss, right? But like, do they really though? No. Right? They want somebody that in marriage they talk about equally yoked. You feel me? That means you're on the same level. And this nowadays it's not just a mental thing. It's literally in occupation, right? You're trying to keep up with the Joneses right now. And if you feel like you fell off just a little bit, it's over. So it's make sure you're equally yoked in every aspect, bro. So like, it's tough. It's tough, man.
At your house, yada yada. Would you really want some bum mooching off you, right? Reaping all the benefits that of the hard work that you did as a boss babe, right? When you could find someone who makes more than you and you still keep all your money, but they're spending all their money on you. Well, what I'm saying is,
let me just add a little bit, because
see, that's to have your cake and eat it too. And for me, I don't believe in that have your cake and eat it too. Right? You feel me? And I like this topic. You feel me? Shout out to one thing's for sure, two things for certain. You feel me? These peeps I know IRL. You feel me? Jace is my man. Jace went through some trauma. I don't know. One day I'm gonna have him on the court to just talk his piece. Cause that's my man's. Like, that's my man's for real. When he was in the hospital, I went to visit him every Friday. You feel me? And got him a smoothie every Friday, and his mom's. Like, you feel me? Like, that's some stuff. Like, I remember he was telling me, I'm gonna have to give you back smoothie. I was like, bro, this is love, bro. Like, you feel me? You are like family to me, bro. I mess with you on a whole different level. But I like this topic, Jace. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Because you are giving me basically only two choices, and life isn't as black and white as it seems, because you can have both. You can have the moocher, the leecher, and you can have the successful man. But there's always that in between where it's like, yeah, maybe he has a blue collar job, maybe he doesn't make as much as me, but he's very good at what he does. He maybe wants to aspire to like be something, and maybe I can help him get there.
So what you're describing from I'm sorry.
Because let's say, okay, like teachers don't get paid as much as they should. Let's say I'm in a career where you know, I get paid 80 to 100K a year, and let's say my significant other is a teacher. That's a good profession. Sadly, they don't pay as much.
They do not,
now when you're talking in terms of making less than me, there's a loophole, because he's making less than me, but he's in a very good profession, because it tells me he cares about kids. He cares about for the younger generation's future. We share the same values and principles.
So what you're describing I believe are exceptions.
Isn't there saying exception to the rule?
Yeah, I honestly believe what you're describing is the exception, because for the most part,
the majority.
Yeah, like I'm speaking when I asked you how as a boss babe, I'm speaking for the majority. If a woman is making her $80,000, $120,000 a year, she's not going to look at the guy that's making less than her.
And then even in your case, right? Say that so what ends up happening.
See, there is a difference. There has to be something that homie is bringing to the table, right? So like that boss babe, as they say, I don't really like that. You feel me? She's just an ambitious woman. If the gentleman, you feel me, or the guy, or even the gal, you feel me, has the same amount of ambition, and they're working and they see the potential in them, bro, it's up, right? Because I know for me, I don't think I'm ever gonna get a finished product, bro. Like at that point, I want somebody that has potential, because potential, you never know, bro, what you get, and that potential is real. But yeah,
and I think we can all agree, we naturally, when you care about your partner, you want the best of them, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna try to upgrade him, and if he's comfortable where he's at, it's gonna cause
There's gonna
conflict.
be a lot of pushback. Yeah,
it's gonna cause conflict. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's almost like it's like being in a relationship where you're a gym goer,
yeah,
and your partner's not.
yeah,
It
up,
causes
bro.
conflict.
no, exactly.
up.
Imagine you're in the gym all the time, and they're just sitting on their ass, and you're like, look at me.
Well, it's not even. Break it down.
This is where communication needs to come
right.
in.
Yeah,
I agree with you 100%. However, reality, right? Say you guys know I'm a gym head.
Yeah.
My partner is not a gym head.
Mm-hmm.
But here, I cannot blame him for the sacrifices I'm making because that's solely my decision. But the truth is, while they're not taking care of themselves, the more advanced I get, the more healthier I get.
The
I'm
disparity
looking,
just grows. Yeah.
separating because I'm looking at, damn, yo, you're not even trying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I can't unfocus. You have my attention because we're separating. And that's why they say birds of a feather flock together.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? So it's the same thing
level.
success-wise. Because naturally, especially you being a loving person, you're going to want the best for your man.
Facts.
You're going to want to elevate them and help them as much as you can. And when you get that pushback, it's going to not saying you directly,
right,
but it's going to irritate you.
You see, Devon said it really good. He's like, it's all about motivating each other.
Exactly.
And it's true.
So, imagine
but
how can you
but what about
how can you motivate us? Yeah.
But I'm hearing a lot of buts, but these are excuses. There's always solutions to problems. And Bert said it best.
You're absolutely.
Bert, the owner of Bobo
You
Studios.
are absolutely right.
And that is because okay.
I love that.
I also shared a relationship with past relationship, that we didn't always see eye to eye. And that's okay because some relationships just don't fit well together, respectively. Sometimes you just got to leave. But this is where good communication comes in. Yeah. I understand all your guys' point of view. And I do agree. I'm not disagreeing. But I'm hearing a lot of excuses and a lot of, but these are obstacles. Okay, what are obstacles meant for? To get over them. You have to overcome them. You have to keep moving forward because if there's one thing that I'm not going to let life do, it's stop me from what I want. And if I want a healthy, successful relationship, I'm going to do whatever it takes to be in a healthy, successful relationship.
How far are you willing to go?
But I'm also willing to accept when there is also a failed relationship. And I know I say this now, and it may be easy to say this now when emotions are not clouding my judgments. Yeah. I can only hope that after all the work that I have put myself through to be, healthy and disciplined and to be just like a successful, healthy adult, that if in the future I am given this obstacle in my said relationship where we don't see eye to eye, maybe he resents me because I'm more successful or vice versa. If I'm ever put in that situation you guys are putting me through, I can only hope that all the tools and resources that were given to me, we can overcome it. Because, and if we can't, then sadly, I'm not going to sacrifice my values and everything that I believe in life to live in a toxic relationship.
But that's why we're saying because you're the exception. The common Joe, the common Jane. Well, let's just call it what it is. The common Jane, not even the common Joe. Because in society, you will find a man, he can go to a fucking Burger King, see a chick, I'm wifing her up. Facts. You will never, barely find a woman who sustained living, made something for herself, take a dude working for the bus boy home.
I mean, it just is.
It's just what it is.
Nah, bro. It depends on if they see the potential, right? But like, if they're the busboy, that's kind of dragging it. You feel me? If you're making $100K, busboy, you're not getting the lady, right? But like, you feel me? If you work at Best Buy and you selling them the TV, like her the TV, and she sees your potential, see your drive, it's up. The busboy is crazy. McDonald's workers crazy, right? But if you were like, not like the lowest of the low. You feel me? You'll get to it. You feel me? You'll get at least some part of the bag, bro.
she'll take the busboy home, but that's for fun for the night and get out of here.
And then you have to understand, it's in our nature.
Busboy's crazy,
right? I can't speak for everyone. You're right.
It's in our nature, and the reason I say it's in our nature, it's in the animal.
Yeah,
they go for the top specimen, the top male, the lion who could protect the pride. They're not dealing with the lion. Well, he has only 2 nails in his.
Yeah, because like, how good would you feel, right? You have this.
Because again, we're protectors. Men naturally are protectors.
Yeah.
Right? We protect. So when a man engages a woman, we're thinking of taking on responsibility. When a woman is with a man, she's thinking about supporting. You establish that. You establish that with everything you were saying. You naturally, women support their men. Men protect their women.
Old
That's a really good point.
So bro.
That being said, gender roles, I don't disagree with you. But because of how we are naturally, that's what comes into terms in play where it's like, shit, now, matter of fact, let's get into it. Let's talk about the double standards now.
No, yeah, because like, dude, honestly, there are definitely women who will, they're boss babes. They will take some guy out of fucking Cheddar's. I think I might be down to go to Cheddar's later. They take some server or whatever, and because like I remember seeing a movie. I think it was like it was how to treat a man, or it was some shit. It was like
Think Like a Man.
Think Like a Man. There you go. Think Like a Man. Where like
the stupid start. Yo, I'll let you. That movie caused so much damages to relationships.
Wait, the woman who was able to read only men's minds?
No.
That's
Think Like a Man, Act Like a Woman. That's the name of the movie. Steve Harvey wrote a book in real life, and that book ruined relationships. And yeah, I say it ruined relationships.
The bad relationships?
So like,
or the healthy ones?
The healthy ones, because here's the thing. If you're going to think like a man, you're going to have to deal with the consequences like a man.
I get you.
And what do we see in society? Also double standards. Yeah. We bail women out all the time from accountability and responsibility. So if you're thinking like a man and you fuck up like a man,
you got to take your fucking licks like a man.
Yeah, you got to take your L.
I get you.
You get what I'm saying? That's the double standards. So and we do that shit all the fucking time.
So in the movie, and to add to that, this might sound a little crazy. So throughout society or history, men have always bailed women out, right? And I could be wrong. If you disagree, please let me know. Men have bailed women out. There's always something put in place by a man to help a woman out.
Yeah.
And so I think that because time has gone long enough, women have now this social armor, right?
Yep.
That's placed upon them because, naturally men want to protect women. So when women do some shit, you just kind of brush it off because they're a woman, right? And now women have grown wise to this and they're using it to their advantage.
Yeah,
but because they're being so blatant about it now, they're not showing any humility or anything like that nature. Just like, yeah, we do this, we know, yada yada. Now the veil is starting to,
you chatting,
reveal
man.
itself. Like I think we spoke about earlier how women, when there are certain women that post things online that just like they post their L's or like they show things into the fucking thought process of like toxic
and
women,
it's
whatever.
crazy.
Yeah, and it's right. Crazy. And so I think I said the female mystique is like fading away. All right. So in this movie, we have the classic boss babe, right? She's working this corporate job, she's making all this money, yada yada.
This nigga's in a Honda, beat the shit.
This nigga's in the fucking beater.
Has no career, no education.
Yeah. And so like
he's a freelancer.
And so his thing was that he wanted to like own a food truck, right? He was a chef. He wanted to. His big dream was owning a food truck, right?
And he's not a real chef. He's a street chef. On top of that, like he didn't go to no Johnson Wells. He doesn't have a degree.
Fancy restaurant.
Like, he cooked.
He taught himself.
He taught himself.
But he's not like certified.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
So like,
just to
that's his whole thing. And so she
is corporate mongrel.
She was not with it at all. She was like, I remember when they were dating, she
entertained it.
Yeah, she entertained it because this man was handsome. Like he was a handsome individual. No homo, but he was handsome. So yeah, and then at some point in the movie, she tries to like get him a job, like doing something that's high earning. But he was like
trying to upgrade him.
Yeah, she tried to upgrade him, but that's not what he wanted for his life.
Right.
He wanted
out the comfort zone.
He just wanted this. Like he wanted it was simple living. This is what he wanted. And she was like, look, because you're not elevating yourself to I can't be with you, right? And at the end of the movie, like I think he wanted the restaurant actually. Then at the end of the movie, he ends up getting a food truck, right? He's successful in his own bag. She sees him successful in his own bag. She's like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have tried to
break it up, because what happens in the movie is after she breaks it, like what?
Yo, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. You feel me? Homie knew his worth. You feel me? Shout out to homie. He knew his worth. For real. He knew his worth, bro. Didn't need none of that. You feel me? None of that.
She breaks it off because she runs into an old colleague who reached the status of where she wanted him.
Facts.
So she breaks it off when she meets that gentleman, goes on a date with the colleague that she was once with, and after she basically sits down with him and she realized, yo, this niggas ain't free. He's all about himself.
Yeah.
Facts.
And I think it applies to real life because I'm not a ladies' man. But if it's one thing, I know I fair enough know my way around women very well. Women love to feel free. They love spirited freedom. They love to be in the moment. And when you have somebody of that caliber, it dawns on them. And that's what this guy's character was to her. Because as she's sitting with her old colleague, she's like, oh, this dude's a tool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's a tool. Yeah, he got all this money. He just became a partner. Cool. But she's dawning on the fact like, yo, here's a dude.
She didn't make me feel the way that he did.
Yeah, he made me feel like a woman. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of freedom, living life, enjoying.
And the guy was a sweetheart. Yeah. Like the guy that she left, he was literally
straight tool.
He was a man written by a woman. He was literally the perfect man, right? Except he didn't have all the money.
I would have dissed her at the end, by the way.
Right, but so like he doesn't get his restaurant, but like when she broke up with him, that opened his eyes and like, you know what, let me step it up. Yeah. So he took the step forward and he got a food truck, right? And so at the end of the movie, she comes to his food truck. She's like, damn, I guess you really are in your bag or whatever. He's like, yeah, I'm in my bag, and they make up like that, right? And that's the romantic.
Let's be real. Not only they make up, he disses her, and she's like, I'm not leaving. Ladies out there, let me tell you something. Let me tell you, ladies, something. We love that shit. Okay?
Hell the fuck no, I don't like that shit. What the fuck? Hell no, I don't like that. You feel me? Yo, you is crazy, bro. If you sitting out here, like, bro, I'm sorry. I do not like Crazy Johns. My man Jace, I love him, but he's low key. He's crazy just a little bit. You feel me? He's just a little bit crazy. He would love that shit. You can do that to Jace. Shout out to him right here. Look, this is his mint. You feel me? That's what he loves. Y'all could do that to him. Not me, bro. You bang it. Like, you got to hit it.
You want to basically secure the bag with a man? Make that man feel wanted. Right. Let it be known that you want him.
I agree with that.
That motherfucker will be as loyal as a dog.
But healthy.
Do it not that psycho shit.
Yeah, not stalker shit.
Yeah, like
just let him know that I want to be with you.
Because when you let a man know that you want to be with him and you make it known, the world's beating us up.
Yeah.
Facts.
It reassures us of why we're doing this.
Facts.
Why we're breaking ourselves. Like, it makes it worth it. Because it's like, yo, yeah, you know what? Life is fucking me up. But as long as my girl's smiling,
I got my chick.
I got my girl. And she wants me.
Facts.
That's
like,
what matters to
Look
us.
at all these fellas out here that look better than me, make more money than me.
But she chose me. But and here's a double standard about that, right?
Yeah.
Men need to be loved, women need to feel wanted.
Facts.
You say that often.
And the reason I say that is because
it's
from
true.
behavior into structure.
Tripping, dog.
Men need to be loved. Why? In my opinion, men easily love women unconditionally faster. Not saying women can't love unconditionally.
Facts.
Women love due to the fact.
Yeah, man.
And if you listen to the marriage vows, for better or worse is put in there for a reason. It has nothing to do with happiness. It's for better.
No, yeah. Honestly,
worse.
I think men are more prone to lose themselves.
Yeah.
To their relationship. Literally, a man will fall in love with you just because you're a fucking woman.
Yeah. You don't have to do anything. You just have to exist.
And then and then you asked the story of how a chick got with her man or a woman got with her man. She'd be like, oh, like, I wasn't really into him, but then he just he did something. Yeah. Something happened and I saw him in a different light.
I saw the sun.
And I felt like one of my buddies.
It was so.
One of my buddies, he's married
he
now.
Is old
he's
as hell,
married
bro.
now.
I do not know that song, bro.
I think you're gonna sing but he's married now.
Does that fly like an eagle? Like,
they've been together a total of like 5 or 6 years now. And when he first met her, he asked her out and she turned him down. She turned him down 3 times.
Oh,
right?
wow.
He asked her out 3 times. Thrice she turned him down. Right? And I guess on the 4th time it worked out. Right? Right? Like think of it like that. Like if a woman were to approach a man and be like, "Hey, let's do this," yada yada, men are more likely. I'm not saying every time, but it's just more likely for them to go like, "Well, I mean, she's pretty, so you
don't have, you just have to show up. You just have to be a woman." But as men, yo, listen, I always bring it back to Animal Kingdom. Peacocks. I gotta have the nicest, prettiest fucking feathers. I could be one of those birds in the Amazon going, you know, like, okay, like I gotta do that shit. But the double standard behind it, right? Going back to women need to feel wanted.
Facts.
Because that's all a woman wants. Is the most expensive thing from a man is his time.
Yep.
Because what would make you jealous more than anything? Your man giving a woman time.
Facts.
That's your time.
Big
the fuck do you mean?
Yeah.
You gave her attention. Yeah, it's not the attention. It's the fact that you took the time that belongs to me.
Yes. You said it perfectly.
You could we could have been canoodling. Why are you talking to this broad?
Facts. So that's why I say women need to feel wanted.
And you know what you said?
Men need to be loved.
You said it so perfectly because a lot.
You know, I find this funny because you feel me, Jason? I'm gonna call you out right now. You feel me? That line sounds so familiar, man. Let me, you feel me? That sounds so familiar, Jace. Just to let you know. You feel me? Your man's fresh and fit be talking about that. You feel me? With the shorties. I know you don't like them, you feel me? You feel me? And when you see me, it is what it is, fam. But you feel me? It sounds familiar, bro. Dead ass. That's all I gotta say.
A lot of, you know, couples, especially like at an early age, we don't know the term or you know, the proper words to explain it. And it's like, oh, why, babe? I didn't, you know, do anything physical, whatever. The man is always like, oh, I didn't do anything, you know, physical, like whatever. And it's like, it's the time. You gave her your time. Because for women, if a man gives me his time, that says a lot. Even if they realize it or not.
Because you can't get time back.
Yeah, because look at him.
Yo, but shorties do the same thing. It was just a hello. It was just a hi. It was just a hug. Oh, we haven't talked in like so many years. Like, it's the same way. You feel me? Y'all know what y'all be doing too.
He has something else to do, but he's choosing to do this with me. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Also, what?
Oh,
and
wow.
Tell me what you think about this, because there was a TikTok clip of this podcast group. I don't know what it's called, but it's a group of gentlemen, and they're basically saying, in the topic of boss babes, you know, you're in a relationship and you're dating a boss babe. You know, she's very successful. She is the boss in her field, in her work. She comes home, you know, majority of the time she doesn't want to be a boss babe anymore. So that's where, you know, her man comes in, and let's say in the bedroom, you know, he's the one who's like the regulator. I guess you could say, you know, and even like maybe in the kitchen, you know, like in the relationship, like more, you know, comforting and intimate, like, and any way you can possibly think of, he's the one who's
you want to know,
like the top.
You could be with a boss babe, right? My theory, my opinion is the only way that's going to work, you got to separate from the fucking world. Because if you were, and gentlemen, I want to say it like this. If your girl is more, success is like beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder.
Facts.
So don't get twisted on you making money thinking that makes you successful. That might make you successful in the society. Business world. Yeah. But true success is in happiness and peace. Do not get it misconstrued. So to go back to that, right? Where I say, yo, you could be with a boss babe and she can make more than you, but you have to separate from the world. Yeah. Because nothing hurts the modern relationship more than anything than comparison and people being in your business.
Outside influence, yeah.
Because
get out. You feel me? Like, bruh, I don't care what nobody say. I don't care about their perspective, bro. Like for real. Like, man, facts, bro.
Outside influence. Hey, you ever heard that saying? Your single friends will keep you single?
Facts.
Works for males and women. Yeah. Not just for women. So stop the misogyny. It works for both sides. It's like, yo, when I was in a relationship, my boys were single. Yeah, I step out. But I also had to choose time and place because it's an irritant to my relationship. And in certain aspect, it could be disrespectful. Yeah. to my relationship.
Have you ever been in a position or a time frame in your relationship where most of your friends were booed up in a relationship?
All the time. All the time. Through the majority of my life, I was a single friend. And that's why I think I have so much discipline, because I saw the mistakes made.
Yeah.
I saw the neglect. I saw the selfishness. And I was like, well, I'm not dealing with that shit. I'm not dealing with that shit. So, gentlemen, don't feel bad if you're young and you're watching this and you're not booed up. Take notes. Take notes.
Watch your friends.
Watch your friends. Yeah. Don't compare yourself, but take notes and watch and know what you want for yourself. That's the benefit of not having somebody when you're young. You know what I'm saying? Because you might feel like, damn, what am I doing wrong? You know, my friends is booed up and they, you know, they got somebody, and Valentine's Day, I'm eat a Snickers bar by myself and cry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the truth is, like, when you talk about the key goals to relationship, you have to let go. That's the only way it works. And when I say let go of the stigma, bro. Like, let go of that shit, because for us as men, where we fuck up is naturally, again, taking it back to square one. We want to protect. We want to provide.
Yeah.
So
I don't know about all that.
When we have a woman who's successful more than us, in our eyes, not by society, in our eyes, it deflects us because it worries us. Well, damn, she could do bad all by herself. Does she need me?
She does not. If
that scares us.
If you feel like, yeah,
that
like,
scares
us. It really is. It really is a.
And I feel like that is classical training, fam. Classical training, bro. If y'all don't know what classical training is, look up Pavlov's theory. They did a test on dogs. They started out by feeding the dogs with a bell, right? And then they started to not give them food and ring the bell, and the dog would still salivate. So they're triggered, and essentially humans can get classically trained as well. And society, you feel me? Or you feel me? The mysterious society causes that. So like, it's classical trained, right? A lot of men, boys, or male figures, they're thought to always be needed, right? Oh, the man has to do this, the man has to do that. And I feel like that has been ingrained in a lot of people's head. And then that's where the insecurity comes, when you have somebody that could do all on their own. Because when they could do all on their own, why do they need you? And then you minimize what you bring to the table, which is even crazier, right? And then that brings a whole bunch of different stuff, and then your confidence is gone, that aura is gone. So that also makes it crazy as well.
Scary thing, if you feel like that your partner doesn't need you, if you just feel like an accessory to their life. And that
smart guy.
Speaking about that, yeah,
that's scary.
I think I had that feeling with one of my exes once, where essentially she was just like, look, she said outright, I don't need you, I just want you to be with me, right? And like at the time in my head,
she's a real one.
Yeah, in the time in my head, it was like, oh, I get it, right? That means she really wants to be with me. If she's telling me she doesn't need me, but she wants to be with me. But little did I know how actually fucking terrible that was, because she ended up cheating on me. Well, so she really didn't fucking need me. You know, but what I'm saying is, my issue with boss babes, I would like to first start off with saying I don't really have any issues with if you're a woman and you want to be in control of your life. And I think that's, if you're strong-headed and you know you have a will of your own, that's great. But if it gets in the way of your relationship, right? Like if you like if you want a man to be a man, unfortunately, you're gonna have to relinquish some of that control, because the kind of men that you'll find that are okay with being stepped all over, you're not gonna respect. You're not gonna respect them.
Not men,
and it's just the truth.
And again, I'm saying they're not men in the sense of no self-respecting man is gonna be okay with that.
They're just not. They're not.
It's not
living up to potential. Yeah, they're not living up to potential.
It's not psychologically appropriate in the sense, because imagine if your man is okay with you walking all over him, If it works for you, it's cool, but it's a disaster zone.
If it works, it works.
You gotta have okay, in every relationship, there's a sense of pride.
Yeah.
That pride has to be shared evenly, but it's also position of play. In every relationship, there's a position to play. Both cannot be the captain.
Yeah.
Right.
Facts.
If you have both trying to be a captain, it is constant friction and it is going to be problematic.
Co-captain?
And
here's the thing. It can be
co-captain.
It can be co-captain.
You see co-captain though? Captain? Co-captain. There's still a position to play.
Right.
And that's the problem with boss babes.
Yeah. Because they're captain.
Yeah.
They're captain.
You captain. Yeah. Okay. You could be captain outside.
Yeah.
And this is why I say you separate that relationship from the world. Outside,
Facts.
you got it. But in this domain where we live,
But here's the thing on top of that. It's like, because then it's like this, like, because they have to live their life outside of the domicile, you know, as captain.
Yep.
You know, people, you see the other red pill, you would see red pill say they're in their masculine or whatever.
Yep.
Let's just, for the sake of,
call a spade a spade.
Let's just say that they're in their masculine, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard for when, because there are plenty of boss babes that want to be taken care of, but they want to be taken care of, at least I think, by someone who can suppress their masculine by being more masculine than they're masculine.
Handle me.
Yeah, literally.
That
like,
men
and plenty of them will say that they want to be handled.
If a chick says, "I need a man who can handle me," she's problematic.
Because like what that means is she's gonna constantly be fucking trying to.
I don't know about that, Jace. I don't know about that. That's funny, but I don't know about that, fam.
Find holes in your armor to keep checking you, to keep checking you, to keep checking you.
And that's mind you, it works both ways.
Yeah.
Because boss men, here, if you notice, right? And I think we all have that group of friends where they're a power couple, we would call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're a power couple because of their status and whatnot. Notice their behaviors and notice what their fights are about. And that's when you realize and you dig deep. Like, yo, I have friends, they're power couples. And the problem with the boss man is competition, right? You got to be able to turn that on and off with a switch, man. When you get like that with your shorty, it's problematic.
You see, so I know a couple who, so me personally, I don't like getting into confrontation or fights, like I'll have discussion and fights, but I'm not angry or hot-headed. I'm very level-headed. So my fights are more like I'm sharing what I feel and then I want like a reasonable response. The couple that I know, like I've seen them bigger and to me, I'm like, oh my God, like I would be scared for them. I'd be like, oh my God, they argue so much.
All right. Yeah. So I know Nat, you feel me? And this is a little side note, you feel me? For everybody that doesn't know Nat, you feel me? I worked with Nat and Nat was scared of Jace because Jace is like very direct and everything. So every time he would talk, she was like, and yo, that shit was funny as hell. I can tell you right now, it was funny as hell to me because boy. Man, she would be jumping and it would be up, bro. Like for real.
Almost all the time, but to them, their discussions, they love it. Like they love. It's like they love exchanging their opinions and their ideas. And I didn't know that because me personally, I don't like having discussions like that. That makes me feel like
attacked or
like
no, because like me personally, I can be vicious when I speak, but not in the way that like it's to intentionally hurt. I can just be vicious when I speak.
I wouldn't say you could be vicious. You could be soulless.
Yeah.
Because vicious is more of malice behind it. Like vicious, like I'm attacking you. Versus soulless is like, yo, I could be somebody you do not like.
Just say some shit. And you're like, how could you say this? Like, bro, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah.
I always say it like this. Facts. I'm not responsible for the person you bring out. Yeah, like you are. So you either bring out the best of me or you're gonna bring out the worst of me.
You say a thing and I respond to it, and I'm the one that's fucked up, nigga. You started it. In fact, I finished it. Yeah, you started it.
You want a problem? No. But
like,
if you don't want a problem,
I'm not looking for a problem, but I'm not gonna back down either. because you done tried my whole set. I'm not gonna back down. Now we all gonna be mad.
Yeah.
Now everybody
If
gonna
I
be
can't
upset.
have it, you can't have it.
No, but what I'm but like I said, the thing with like Boss Babes is that it you know, why would you want to, if you already deal with competition in the outside world, why would you want to deal with competition in your
own
interpersonal
home.
relationships, right? And it's like,
unless you're like,
but right, and the thing is, it's like me, I'm a chill guy, right? I couldn't see myself being with a boss babe in regards to like you know, like having to be in control all the time, in regards to like, imagine like, you know, you work at a Fortune 500 company. I'm just gonna be some dude that's just like chilling, like trying to take it, like trying to enjoy myself. You know, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm more chill, even though I'm an overthinker and I can, you know, get anxious sometimes. I
Don't fuck your environment up.
I combat that with just like you know, like things.
Oh, so Deuce, this is oh damn, well Richie's gonna head back, but this is Jace's podcast, you feel me? I'm reacting to it. It was live, you feel me, but I kept on pausing it. But yeah, this is one thing's for sure, two things for certain. They go over different topics and stuff. Yeah, this one was an interesting one.
This will happen.
Tranquilo.
but isn't somebody who's go with the flow considered like a red flag? I've seen that on the internet.
To a certain degree.
Because
Right.
when I say go,
He's coming back. He's on a call. He's Chilado. Yo, oh, you're an editor and a mod, by the way. So you could, yeah. There was somebody that was wilding in the chat.
with the flow, it's not like I just let things happen. Like I don't try to control things, right?
Okay.
I do my best to get a certain outcome. If it doesn't work out, that's fine.
There's just
you
a lot
know?
of stigma behind it, so I just want to like
No, yeah, I
clarify
get you.
that.
Like,
So me and Ben had conflict on this.
Are
Ben
you on your
has an
computer?
attitude, and I don't
Are you on your computer or are you on your phone?
like it. I have to respect it.
He has an attitude.
because
His attitude, it is what it is.
Oh,
And that
yeah.
could be a double-edged
it,
sword
no, it is because it can fuck you up.
Yeah, because
Yeah, it's up on your phone. I ain't gonna lie.
it's like it is what it is. It's not that he's wrong for being like that. It's the delivery behind it. You know what I'm saying? Because
Facts.
again, one thing we have to acknowledge in these situations is the emotions. The emotion. Listen, I said this. I've been saying this a lot. Emotions is like liquor. It impairs your ability to normally function and make rational decisions. When you're upset, what happens?
Yeah.
Error.
Shout out Jason.
When
boy.
you're dazed and say you're like, oh wow, you're not catching
I
the
feel you.
bullshit.
Yeah.
He has
True.
Twitch.
So
He followed.
emotions is like liquor. It impairs your ability to rationally think.
But I'm gonna get him in the
they
chat
say
one
when
of these
you're really
days.
mad with your partner, get the fuck out your feelings and look at what's going wrong, and then you attack it. But if you're gonna attack it with emotions, you're only gonna drive that person crazy and yourself crazy, and you're not gonna find a solution.
That's why
Yeah,
that's why I
facts.
always tell my partner, like, if I'm ever mad, just
Mm.
leave me alone.
He just didn't finish with the pod, bro. I ain't finna get him in it right now, bro. You feel me? He just talked for an hour and a half, and he has to wrap up. He's at a studio and everything. You feel me? It'll be a different time. You feel me? Oh yeah, bro. Hit the link, bro. There's a link on my page. You feel me? And if you could get the chapter level 24, if you get asked to do it too, that'll be 25. That'll be greatly appreciated, my G.
Facts.
No,
For
yeah.
even if it's just for like 10 minutes, I have to be in my
Let me
head. I have to be
decompress.
angry. I gotta decompress, and then once I let it pass, then we can talk about it. Because
The number one thing that I always tell myself is don't say
I put it in the chat. He saw it in the chat, bro.
anything when you're upset,
Mhm.
because you will say some shit just to.
And make sure you use that all right, bet. Well, it's right there. You just copy the text because you have to use my code MARSESP.
Hurt their feelings, bro,
Yeah.
and you won't mean it later. Like,
And I say women are better at that than men.
my number one thing is don't say something that I won't mean later, and I take it like
Bet,
straight to my
bet.
heart. You won't ever catch me if I'm arguing with anybody and if it gets heated. I'm not gonna go for low hanging fruit. None of that. It's just
Now I'm gonna hit
So-
you high, and I'm gonna leave you high
no,
and dry.
because it's gonna be like I'm not gonna because like it's called ad hominem. Like instead of attacking
My bad.
the argument, you attack the person. Yeah,
yeah.
so I don't do ad hominems. If
Because it's like, well, you know what? That's why you're fucking up now. Like
exactly, right? Like,
no,
like, bro,
keep it on the issue.
We were talking about this. Let's keep it in the bag.
Because when the argument is starting to be on their side and they're winning the argument, and you're like, what? Let me attack the person and bring the argument down. Like,
at least I don't have to deal with my mother, or you know,
like,
you try to find a way.
Yeah, you're not rational anymore. You're menacing. You're vengeful.
Yeah, because then.
Yeah, yo, what's good, Pop? What's goody, Pop? You feel me? Glad to see you back. I'm about to hop on Fort after this vid, after I'm reacting.
Yeah, literally, then it'd be.
Oh, if you could, you feel me? It'd be greatly appreciated. I have a panel it's a sponsored stream today. If you could hit the link, use my code MARSESP, and get to level 25. That will help me out. It'll help me upgrade the stream. You feel me? To make it run a little bit better. It'd be appreciated if you could do that, fam.
Becomes like who can make who shut up, right? Who can make who shut up from what they're saying.
That's where I walk away.
No, yeah,
I don't. My worst fights, whether it's if you want to see how pissed I can be, I shut down.
No, same. I do not argue.
I shut down. Everybody's on high alert. Everybody's on high alert. Leave me the fuck alone. Yo, dude, you can ask people who know me from back in the day. My boy Devon's in the comments. I literally will walk away because and again, it's not that the person's weak. If your partner walks away from you, you better understand how much that person loves you.
Facts.
Because the person who don't love you ain't walking away.
They're just gonna keep it going.
Fuel the fire.
Because it's like,
and that's where I feel like the double standard is when it comes to relationships and fighting. Because a lot of times, not in all cases, men, we eat that. We eat that and we eat that and we eat that. But when the roles are reversed, bro, we get the carnage. How could you say that? How could you do that? Oh, bro, if you loved you, you would never.
No, and not even relationships. Like,
but your friends comment on it too. And and that's why I say you, especially, it's like, remember when we were talking, like, you know, the relationship's over when you involve your family about what the problems going on.
Ooh, yeah.
Once you involve your family.
Damn, I should have knew. You feel me? I should have knew. Hey, Deuce, you feel me? I should have knew.
About the drama going on in your relationship, it is, in my opinion, an end date. You just don't know when it is.
All right, bet. So I'm gonna give you a little brief overview, Pop. So this is a podcast that my homie does, and he's talking about like a variety of topics. You feel me? I know you're young, so you don't know about this yet. You feel me? You about to be in high school, so you're gonna be know all about this. And it's essentially talking about like boss babes. Boss babes are like the women who are like career oriented, and then relationships. So it went from that question to this. And he's wrapping up right now. He's cooking right now. He's saying, for instance, a partner really cares for you when they walk away or step away. And for instance, if like that's the ultimate sign of love, because they're not gonna take it there. Yeah, I've been to that place, boy, where I'm just walking away, bro, because of shorty. But yeah,
because you involved parties that have nothing to do with your union.
Because secretly you want like just like you said, you're secretly coming to the end.
Yeah. And you just want confirmation that you're either doing the right thing or see if you're in the wrong
to back
or
you
in
up,
the right.
You know?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like I say all the time, you got it for sister. Listen, for a relationship to be healthy, you have to separate. But that's the double standard in the sense of against yourself, because you're throwing out your resources. You know what I'm saying? And when you're like that, you can get so deep into your relationship that you take so much shit that now you don't seek help because you're embarrassed for what you put up with. And that happens to a lot of us.
And you just have to be willing to take humility. It's like,
facts. That's facts, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
I mean, I guess.
You know, but on that note, yeah, I actually enjoyed this conversation. Yo, listen, make sure if this is your first time hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, yo. Hit us up on 1424 Podcast on Instagram. Let us know how you feeling, yo. We got more videos coming out, you know. We got Nate doing the edits too.
You gotta hit the like.
She killing it. She killing it. MVP right now.
Those last 2 videos were all on that.
Yeah. Don't get cocky. You know what I'm saying? You can find your boy Logic142 at Instagram. Where can they find you?
You can find me at Natalie with 2 I's, 2 E's _01 on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm not remembering all that. You can find me at Sir Daniel Ban. You already know what it is. Sir Daniel with an X. Daniel with an X.
I'm not remembering that.
Oh, and this is one thing for sure. Two things for certain.
Things for certain. Hey.
Okay. I'm sipping, not slipping, don't fucking test me, nigga.